Everybody, welcome back live at Drew's House, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. Spring is it's starting to feel like summer here in Newburyport too. Finally, it's the warm weather's kicking in. I know a lot of people, including myself, have been battling allergies. Hope you're doing okay with that out there. Maybe that'll become a topic of our show at some point. I should bring in a specialist is what I should do, because it feels like everybody's complaining about the pollen and stuff. But anyway, let's get on to our guest today. Very excited about this. Tinkerhaus community, Mary McDonald, Phil Santoro. How are you guys? Great to have you on board.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Great. Thanks for having us.
So Tinkerhaus is actually, you were just telling me off the air, it's you guys are home in our old studios from back in the day, right? The
yes.
Literally in the old PortMedia studios.
3 Graff Road, Suite 11.
And you guys have big doings here. I know what it is. Well, you guys want to tell us what's on tap here? You got some big changes.
So probably a lot of your listeners don't know who we are or what we are, but we are a community makerspace.
Yep.
For all ages and all abilities. And up until now, we have had a woodworking shop, a sewing studio, a little mini fab lab, and some classrooms that are sometimes used for painting or drawing or all the different things.
Okay.
And for about the last maybe 8 months, we've had a music rehearsal space, thanks to Phil Santoro, who is one of our members, volunteers, and always wants more. He's a maximizer.
So the makerspace thing, I'm glad you started with that, because I do think a lot of people hear that and they say, well, what exactly is a makerspace? And it can kind of be anything, right?
It could be. And in a lot of post-industrial neighborhoods, they're huge, and they're, people have independent art studios within them and all of that. We are fairly small. We have all those spaces that I just named off.
Yeah.
And we have members that can come in and use the space whenever they like, pretty much, unless there's a class going on in that particular space.
Okay.
We do a lot of kids after-school classes and summer week-long programs.
All right.
And then we give lots of classes with, artists, local artists you've probably heard of.
Cool.
And woodworking classes.
Spoon carving, intro to woodworking.
Not all at the same time.
No. But, if you've been in that space, it's a warren of small rooms.
Yeah.
And so we do have, in the old TV studio, is our wood shop, and we have a big overhead garage door so you can get your big pieces in and out.
Okay.
And we have several people who work there. Phil and his wife run a design company called Blue Lamb Design, and they refinish mid-century furniture in there. We've got a guy named Frank who builds custom cabinetry for people, and then we have a lot of hobbyists.
Wow.
People that build ship models, but they need very specialized shelves for them and display platforms and things like that. We have people that make beautiful small inlaid tables and things like that. And then a lot of people building shelves, because no house in Newburyport has enough storage space.
So people are getting things done there, is what you're telling me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Phil, outstanding T-shirt, by the way, first
Thank
of all.
you.
I like
that.
Yeah, it's very nice. The music guy in the house. So the shift to music here, when did this idea come about?
Well, so the story, I found out about Tinkerhaus through the woodworking shop, and I've been working there part-time. I'm not there full-time, but for the last, 4 years maybe, that's a guess, 3 or 4 years. And I would work some nights because, and this, again, just building shelves, refinishing furniture, and just anything I need for home improvement, odd jobs that I have. Met the crew, and it's been amazing. And then so I started working nights because I have 3 children, and so I just need to get maximize some hours, and there's no one there.
Sure.
For maybe some painting when I know no one's using the saws. And I noticed that first of all, no one's there at night, and it's in a commercial district. And I was also longing to get back into my rock and roll days and play some loud music. I've had drums and amps in storage forever.
Yep.
And so I peeked upstairs and noticed one room was more or less for storage. And I asked Mary, I was like, hey, can I pay you another membership fee if I can use this room to play loud music? And she said yes, which is the coolest thing ever. And the place has been a dream come true for me. Not only the the woodworking shop, but upstairs, which I've been maybe for the last 2 years developing this room. It's a small room, but
Yeah.
we do fit 4 people in there. It's got tall ceilings, and I now want to kind of share the love. There's also a larger lounge room that's attached to.
Yep.
But I'm the only one who uses it. It's at night because right now it's not very soundproofed.
Sure.
And there's, I'm there once a week, so there's 6 other nights a week that are available. And I've just, I've rented band rooms across the state for the last 30 years. I've seen it all, and I know that there are not many anymore because all those old buildings have been bought and sold and turned into condos, from Cambridge to Lowell.
Sure.
So finding a place to play music and play loud with drums, is not easy, and it's not easy anywhere.
Are you a drummer?
I'm a drummer and guitar player.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're loud. You're a loud
Super
man.
loud. Yeah, I can play acoustic too, but right now I've got a lot of stress to burn off. So chasing, and I'm also in midlife crisis, so I'm chasing that.
Yeah. So for the last 6 months, so
dreams.
it's been you. It's probably
And
some
some
solo
friends.
nights.
So I've formed a band in the last couple years. I've been playing there, which is super fun.
Yeah.
And we are practicing Sunday nights. We'll miss a couple, but
Yeah.
we do need more members at Tinkerhaus, and there's more. There's more time. There's a lot of times when there's not a lot of people there, and I just want to share what I have because I know what it's like to not have a place to play music.
Yeah. So you envision probably some of these bands that are either starting up or grinding, and maybe that is a legit tough thing, just finding a place to get everybody together.
Yep.
You envision the bands maybe calling you and saying, "Hey, can we borrow that place for a little bit?"
Absolutely, band, or even just a dad or a mom who needs to get away and wants to go. You go play acoustic, So a solo individual who wants to play,
Yeah.
or maybe someone who's learning drums and wants to.
Because the
be able to go
kit's
play.
already up there. Is that
the kit's there?
Oh,
So I
okay.
have
There, yeah.
everything.
We've got
drum
our whole
kit,
list.
guitar amps, bass amps, and a 4-channel PA.
Okay.
So, and mics.
I don't
So
want to gloss
everything you
over
need-
that because that's important.
Yes,
You
it's
just
important.
walk in and
Yep,
you take care of a lot of that.
Play.
Yeah.
You plug in and play. You could bring your own amps, obviously, but
Yeah.
we have the house kit, but it's constantly being tuned up, and it sounds really good. So it's there's the loud room, we'll call it,
Yeah. Sure.
which can fit up to 4 people, but then there's the lounge and.
Yeah, so you
That-
can sit around and talk about what you're going to do, and then go into the other space and
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I mean, and I also probably envision some people that maybe, maybe they have very beginner drum skills. Maybe they haven't done it for a long time, and maybe they want to kind of try to get back into it. It might be a good thing to see. Do I still feel comfortable doing it? Might be a good chance to test it out that way, right?
Yeah, you don't have much to lose, so I am. I will be doing the scheduling because it's all
Yeah.
more or less my equipment, and it's also want to be a kid-friendly spot, although with parental.
Yes. Yeah.
But a lot of kids are starting to play drums now or music.
Sure.
I started when I was 11, and some dads or moms just might be like, "Hey, want to go?" They play too, or just want to go.
Yeah.
So it's a kid-friendly spot, but So yes, bands are already formed who need a place to play.
Yeah.
Or just people who want to even start a band. That's the hardest thing. That's the one thing you need.
Well, so it's especially when you're starting too. It's good you talk about kids because, I know I got lucky. I'm the son of a musician who was in a band, and I had guitars and organs and pianos around the house. So it was really no excuse for me not to pick one of them up and try it.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that though.
No,
it's
no,
the
that's
guitars
awesome.
aren't in every house, so it's a nice option to,
Yeah.
maybe try something and just see if it feels good.
Yeah.
We also noticed from what happened with sewing machines is people feel guilty when they have things around their house that they don't use, so they just sort of quietly leave them behind until you have a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see that happening.
How many different projects have you done? Say over the last 6 months, because you just mentioned woodworking, sewing machines. Obviously, we got the music thing going. Are we talking dozens of different things?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
We'll
you also
try,
have 3D printer, which you had an intern in over the summer to get the printing up.
So we we've got low tech and high tech. I mean, after school we have kids in there doing all kinds of making. And then we give sewing lessons. We we do have 3D printers. We have a Cricut vinyl cutting thing.
Oh.
We've got a silk screen thing that you can make T-shirts. Yeah, we do all sorts of things. Whatever, you know, we don't do pottery and we don't do welding.
Okay.
So we don't have.
By choice. That's a strict.
They take up a lot of space and they need special ventilation. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll stay away from that.
But other than that, we'll give pretty much anything else a try. Sure.
Any of those jam music nights where somebody has happened to be walking by and they're like, "What the hell?" They just check it in.
No,
nothing.
There's
nothing, huh?
Yeah, maybe in the summer, like the roof doesn't have the best insulation, so
Yeah. So the birds are getting some of the noise.
just the wildlife,
Just
which
the
is
wildlife.
nice. Yeah, you just don't have a.
Yeah, and we've been working on putting foam and stuff on the walls, so
Yeah,
the
we'll
studio will
slowly-
be pretty soundproof.
Yeah.
We can slowly work towards soundproofing, depending on how many musicians get involved. You know,
Yeah.
how many members we have for that. And it could be used to record as well. Like that room is a good live room.
Yeah, that's interesting,
You
yeah.
know, people have portable recording gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can bring it in for sure. It's a good sounding room and it's gonna get better.
Interesting. Yeah. So what the so you think you probably maxed it out at like a 4-piece band is nice at the moment,
In the loud room, this 4-piece band
Yeah.
is definitely max.
and
It's-
you're ready for like bands to come calling now. Is that pretty much where we're at, or?
We're ready.
we're
Yeah.
ready.
Yep. That's. I'll
You didn't just
handle
rethink
the
it, did
flood
you?
of calls. Yeah.
Wait, who's playing my drums?
Yep.
I don't know. So this is the first time we've actually are getting it out to the community. I've told people.
Yeah.
You know, we're actually also going to have a fundraiser show in about a month. The cover band that I'm in, that is the only band right now who's playing there. So.
You can name the band if you'd like. You want to talk?
Oh, it's Ruckus.
Yep.
RUCKUS. There's quite a few out there. I'm not sure.
Maybe though,
Just
not
start
the
with,
most
there's not a
original.
huge following. You might not find us.
Yeah,
But if you stay tuned to Tinkerhaus and what's next month?
Follow us on our
Our
April, social
May.
media.
In May,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the Sunday Memorial Day, and we'll be playing locally somewhere
Gotcha.
with another band and I'll be telling people there at that show, and musicians or people that there's space available, and I don't know how many people we can handle, but if you know, there's pretty much. I use it one night a week. There's also weekends too. If there's no one in, if there's no classes going on, you can definitely play on a weekend, Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
Work it out with you.
Work it out. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the tell people too? Because I think if you're not in a band, you're probably like maybe it jumps out at you like how hard can it be? Like why didn't they just play in like the living room? But there's like a million obstacles that come with like getting a band together and playing music, right? Especially if it's loud. Like, it's from
Yes.
experience. Why don't you just tell people like what maybe the things they don't understand?
Yeah, well, volume in this town too. You know, like
Sure, everything's close.
Everything's very
Yeah.
close. Love my kids, but you got it. You can't. I can't play it around them. They'll. You know, my daughter will grab the pick and throw it in the sound hole as soon as I break out the guitar. So a little distance from your family. You know, especially and if people are working from home now, they just need to get out, but also to meet people. You know.
It's good to have a third space.
It's a good space. Another thing about Tinkerhaus, which I didn't, you know, if you remember, you do have to take one, get caught up in the shop to be able to use those tools. But another thing I've done sometimes on a rainy Sunday, I'll take my youngest daughter, or all my girls down there and just do arts and crafts.
Wow.
You know, to get out of the house in the winter.
So that was like every
Spread
Sunday
out.
in April, pretty much. I think.
No, yeah.
It felt like it
Right,
rained
right.
every weekend.
Yes, exactly. So just to, you know, a place to take your kids, and I have taken my kids and forced them to play the drums and
And you can do some arts and crafts, but come play the drums too.
You must play the drums before we leave.
Most musicians I meet have kind of that. That's my baby, that guitar thing. That's my that's my drum kit. Be careful. Have you had to kind of leave that behind?
I've left that behind.
Okay.
You know, my drum kit was most of it was given to me, and I like to see amps and drum kits being used, and I don't care if a string is breaking or broken or and I just want to share what I got. I mean, again, like one of my bass amps I've inherited from an old bass player.
Okay.
And just gotta share the wealth.
So you're passing along, you're passing forward, and you're helping the music spread the music, which is a good thing. Very nice. Again, Mary McDonald joining us, Phil Santoro, Tinkerhaus Community Makerspace, which is, I'm learning, it's cool to learn a little bit about what a makerspace actually is, because I wonder if most people actually know. If you're not becoming a member there, you don't actually, have you explain it. Because do you think that's a term that's pretty much in a lot of these communities, or?
I did not know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Until I
think
joined.
it's. I don't think it's commonly known here.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like I said, like places like Somerville, Lowell, Nashua, New Hampshire has an enormous one. Both Portsmouth and Portland have big maker spaces.
Yeah.
And it's this idea that you don't have to own all the things yourself. If you want to try something, there's a space where you can come and do it. You can join or you can take a class. There's people that will help you. And there's a real maker movement that is very cooperative and non-competitive.
Yeah.
And it's really lovely. Like some of the older guys.
I love meeting the
will
guys in the
just,
bush. I learn,
help
Yeah.
you do
Yep.
stuff
You learn good
in
people.
a really non-judgy way. We also have a lot of nice gender, a lot of women doing woodworking, a lot of guys learn to do sewing machines.
Oh,
and
nice.
Stuff like that.
It's cool. Yeah, it was that, because that jumped home to me too. It's like, you think if you're going to do a yoga class, what's the difference? You get to this, seems a very big social aspect of this too. You get to meet people.
You get to meet people, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other thing is I have noticed a lot of woodworkers and other artists are also musicians. Well, mostly I think because they're not afraid to just try something,
Yeah.
A
lot of woodworkers tend to be musicians. That's funny.
Use their hands.
Yeah.
More real
Yeah.
hands.
Well, also, I mean, you can always pick up someone with some jobs,
True.
Yeah, they didn't make it with the music, so that's what happened. So we're
But like a
building
guy
shelves.
like Frank, who, we have an older guy in the shop who, he did all kinds of office jobs for his, the main part of his career.
Right.
And
Now it's having fun.
now
building.
that his kids are grown and he makes his own hours, he's in like 3 bands. And that other guy, Dave, that was teaching the 3D printing, we don't have him anymore because he's in 3 bluegrass bands now and he doesn't have time for us. But there is a lot of crossover.
Okay, very cool. What do you guys have there? Is that those pictures of the place?
Like a,
Here, give me one. I'll show it to
about
the
us.
camera here. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a cool visual. There you go. See, I think that might translate. We'll see. You can get an idea of what some of the spaces look like. Yeah, not incredibly big, so it is. You pretty much do have to work together and talk,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
staying silent during these things. I'll bring this back a little bit too. Hopefully, I did that justice for Maeve there. Those are great photos. I like that. 3
Yeah,
Graff
you should come
Road
see
too.
us.
It's right near the. I've called many a hockey game at the hockey rink near you guys.
oh, yes.
The
It's
the
convenient
Graff
for me
Arena.
because my grandson's playing hockey all the time.
Oh yeah, bundling up, throwing a jacket on to go into that rink.
Yeah.
The place is cold, isn't it?
But then he'll come over and do carving class too. So.
Oh, nice. You don't never have to leave Graff Road. You can do all this. It is a good location too, because if you're if you're a band, right?
It's a great
It's like, oh, we
location.
can just
Yeah.
probably people coming from different
We're near all the
directions.
schools too. So
Yep. So yeah, that's good for the kids.
People are able to.
But not far from the highway, easy meetup. What if people want to? Is that another here? I want to show off your slides too. You want to hand it to me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can,
Just talk
That's
about the
everything that we
equipment we
have.
have. Yeah, plug in and play.
Maybe I'll
You have
read
a
it
couple
for you.
microphones, and you can play your own music through the PA system.
Acoustic music could also be played.
Right.
Kind of say that.
Yep.
With it, all right, very good. Call Phil, very good. So you're in charge of the booking. What's the what would be the end? If I know you just want to keep maybe booking rooms for musicians, probably nothing more rewarding than seeing like maybe a new band form or
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Collaborations and. Frank the woodworker, plays harmonica, so he might jump in with us.
That's
on some
fantastic.
harp. Yep.
Yeah. Do we call him Frank the woodworker?
Uh,
I think we should now.
His name's Frank Millie.
yes.
I think we should call him that now. I like this. But we'll put these up in the studio too. So if people want to call you,
thank
your
you.
number's out there.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you just want to say hello. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Right.
Don't do that to Phil. Oh man, good time of
Phil's
year.
a busy man.
is.
He's got multiple jobs going.
Too
so.
much.
And how old are the kids?
Let's see, 7, 11, and 14.
Okay, that's why you need the spot to get out of the house. Yeah, there you go.
And I think most of the people in your band are in similar situations, right?
Oh yes, we have
Everybody's
like
a parent.
7 daughters combined in the band or something. Yeah.
Mary, what's the has there been a case where somebody has just really come in just out of curiosity and has like stuck? They're like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Phil for sure, but
yeah, Phil's one of them.
yeah, but definitely, yeah. People come in. Actually, we put a couple things that we weren't using on Facebook Marketplace recently, and everybody that called about buying the stuff was like, I've always wanted to come in, and I didn't. So now I'm going to come in, and I am actually ended up getting a teacher to teach some printing classes through that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, we definitely get people that are going to there's a gym on our little plaza there.
Oh, okay.
People will be like, I've come by here every single day for, and they're like, today I'm coming in.
You're figuring out what's
So,
going on in there?
Yeah, it's great.
You could actually, if you're smart, you could get the gym workout in after the
Right.
after you
Yeah.
do some woodworking or whatever.
And then drink some mead at the meadery.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to do there. So very cool. Yeah.
If you want to use a woodworking shop, if that's your main reason for joining,
Is that the most popular thing right now?
it is for members.
Yeah.
A lot of people take classes. Even people take classes, repeatedly and don't necessarily become members.
Where do you find all the teachers?
Mostly word of mouth.
Yeah.
A lot of times I follow a whole bunch of other maker spaces and art spots and night schools and all
Yeah.
that. There's a really strong artist community here and in Amesbury, certainly. Good friends with the Art Association. We give each other lots of information back and forth. They're very supportive of us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sharing ideas. Is there one? Is there a class that you maybe thought would not be as popular, and you were kind of surprised how it?
Embroidery.
Embroidery.
Yeah. Kate Lamy of Third Eye Thread, I think is her thing. Started teaching embroidery last year, and we had to find a bigger room to do it
Really?
in right away. Yeah. Embroidery's hot right now.
Man, how many people? What was the max out on that?
I don't know. I think we had 17 people in there one night.
Really?
Stitching away. And,
Wow. Phil, were you there? Did you do embroidery?
I was not. Yeah. I have to pick and choose my little time.
I hear
Very
ya.
little time.
He came later and brought his guitar. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, you guys get. If anybody has any more information, I guess the website is probably the way to go for everything.
It's the easiest.
Yeah.
And yeah, we do find that it's hard to advertise these days. So following us on Instagram at Tinkerhaus, DOTORG, is the easiest way to find out what's going on.
Awesome.
So, I did bring a calendar of all our May events.
Oh, sure.
So,
You want to? Here, I can take a look at
Yeah.
that. The very good. So Tuesdays are busy for you guys.
yeah.
Watercolor class. That sounds exciting.
Yep.
Drawing.
Yeah, that's with Allison Odell, who a lot of people know from the Pink House.
Oh, okay.
And we've got, in June, we're going to have drawing boot camp with Alan Bull.
So in May, you guys have a lot of watercolor on Tuesdays. You have a carving club on Wednesdays.
That's for kids.
That's for kids.
We put sharp tools in their hands.
Oh.
And they do really, really well with it.
If you show trust in kids, it's amazing what they can impress you with, right?
That's with Eric Goodson of Goodson Woodcraft.
In charge of the kids, okay. That's a tough job, though.
He's very, well, he was a school teacher for 20 years before he started doing this.
He knows what he's doing, all
He knows
right.
what he's doing.
Oil paintings are a big thing on Thursdays. Is that that seems more adults later in the
That's
night?
adults,
Okay.
yep. That's evening and adults.
I've never done oil painting.
There's a lot to be said for it.
Yeah.
Slow control as
Slow
opposed
control.
to watercolors more.
Yeah.
So
That's a really good,
Yep.
really good, simple explanation, actually. I like that. Very cool. All right. And then you can start renting out the music spaces. That goes through Phil. Start calling them now, I guess. That's the, you can go play
Absolutely.
some music and spread the good music. Awesome. Well, that's cool. We covered a lot of ground. You guys think we missed anything? Or?
I think we're
Yeah.
good.
First time on the show for Mary McDonald and Phil Santoro. Do you know what that means on the show and you're on for the first time?
I don't. Do we have to sing or something?
No, you could. I could add that. You have to play rapid fire. It's our first. We get to learn a little bit about the
fun.
personalities that make the show. So,
right.
final couple minutes. They're very easy. Don't worry. Although I've been proven wrong on that before, but they're pretty easy. Who wants to go first? First is the tough seat. You want it, Phil?
Sure.
All right, ready? It's easy. Favorite food?
Favorite food. That's not easy.
Maybe I should have picked you, Mary. Should have been you first.
All right, I'm gonna go with Thai.
Thai, all right.
All right.
The same question.
Thai is.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Go with
Two
spicy.
Thai foods.
Yeah,
All
spicy.
right. Very good. I'm suddenly
Worker
hungry.
space.
Yeah.
Favorite musician?
Favorite musician. Ooh. Oh boy, that's a tough one too.
Yeah. Ask the musician.
David Bowie.
Yeah, good. We get that one.
That's good. Michael Stipe.
Michael Stipe. Okay, I like that. Took
Good one.
the Stipe out of REM. That's very nice because there is a lot of solo work too. Let's see. Should we go favorite? I'll say favorite TV show or favorite movie. You can answer either one.
Oh, okay.
It is a little more stressful to rapid fire than you'd think.
Favorite. Oof.
Favorite movie.
Do you want to go first, or is that do
Bail
I
him out?
lose? Do I lose?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't know if I do.
The easiest questions are the
Yeah.
hardest.
TV shows. You guys doing any of the Netflix binging or anything with all that extra time? Not so much.
I don't know. What did I just watch? Nobody Wants This.
Oh,
That
okay.
was good.
I haven't seen that one. I'm not familiar.
Well, I grew up on the cartoon Dumbo, so
Okay.
let's just leave it there.
Very good. Favorite city in the world other than Newburyport? What's your favorite one to visit? Or it can be here, it can be Boston, it can be
I
anywhere.
don't know. I really like Antwerp.
Oh, okay. What's it like about Antwerp? I've never been.
Oh, beautiful mix of old, and brand spanking new. Like
Nice.
contemporary skyscraper museums right next to an old castle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another good explanation
And
on that.
water. Lots of boats.
I like that. Now I want to go. You got one, Phil?
Well, I love Boston, but I also
Yeah.
love Florence.
Florence?
Yep.
Nice. All right, good
I
answers
haven't
there.
been to too many cities, but
Well, there you go. There's two I have not
Yeah.
been to. So, all right, last one. Ready? This one's easy but thoughtful. We get a lot of kids in here. A lot of high schoolers come in. What is the best career advice you ever received?
that we've ever received.
Yeah, ever received.
Not
yeah.
ours to pass
Ooh,
on.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm not really
That's right,
sure.
no, like-
I
You
know
can
a
fake
lot
it off
about
as a.
career.
Okay. And I've broken this. I've not followed this advice from
Sure.
my father, but don't live too close to where you work.
Oh, yeah.
And I've work has been life, and it's not
Yeah.
hasn't panned out quite yet. But
Yeah.
keep that separation of work.
You were thinking about that a lot in COVID when everybody was working from home, right?
I was homeschooling.
That's
Yeah.
right. Mary.
I would say that I am old enough that I did not get very much good advice at all.
I got a lot of bad advice if that's where you're
Yes.
going, yeah.
But I think at this point, in the 7 years that we've been doing Tinkerhaus, I have had the privilege of working with high schoolers who then go on to college. And what I've learned from them that I would give as good advice is to keep leaning really hard into who you really know that you are and the things that you love. And I've watched these kids develop into such strong young adults, and it's been really inspiring. So I think the kids that take advice to go into something that looks like it's going to be really lucrative or everybody else is doing it, that's the wrong advice.
Yeah.
Find what you love and work really hard at that so that you become good at it well enough to make it your career.
Yeah, if you love what you do, right? They say you don't work a day. That's the old expression. So very cool. Well, Tinkerhaus Community Makerspace. This is very cool. I love all that you guys have going on, and of course, the kind of the new angle here today is the music. Any bands? I know we get a lot of musicians in here. Probably actually a good fit to come on here because we get a lot of solo acts. You do kind of have a mismatch of bands all over the map. So maybe if they need a place to record, go hit these guys up. Tinkerhaus Community. You'll be dealing with Phil on the music aspect. suspect. If you call Mary, she's going to send you to Phil. So there you go. But if you want to become a member too at Tinkerhaus, go check it out at the website and their Instagram handle and all that stuff. Mary and Phil, thank you guys so much. It's been great meeting you.
Thank
Thank you, Drew. Nice to meet you.
Always a pleasure. Have a great, and weather's warming up. Have a great, I'm jumping right to summer. Have a great summer.
Enjoy the spring.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, yes. I like a warm spring, though. I don't need any of that.
You're all done with that
I'm all
wind.
done with the rain and wind and cold. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Big thanks to May Power, our producer of the show, as always. Who else? Lily Doucette, Ryan Rothberg, the boss, Sarah Hayden in the house, our small but mighty team here in Newburyport. We thank you. We love you. We'll see you next time, everybody. Live at Drew's house. Peace.